Chit. So I wanted actually to just make a few things, and I think I'll just put on my sweater. I feel like it's a little bit too chilly. So let me just put on this first, then we get into the cooking part. I hope my lighting is okay, and so is my, what do you call, sounding, whatever. But I do need to make a couple of things. I do need to make rice. I do need to make kales. These kales have been here for some time. I think they're even starting to wonder if they are gonna be cooked, but they still look okay for me to cook them. So I don't know if you people just like cook your kales if they do turn their color. I do have my tomatoes over here, so I really do need this basin to use it to cut the kales. So I'll be putting these dishes somewhere, and also I do need a tomato for the ndengu, a tomato for the, I think the kales I should cook without a tomato, but then I should use some onions on the kales. So this is what is remaining. Okay. And I just bought myself some beef masala. I don't know if you can see that, but I bought myself some beef masala. I'll also be adding that. And I do need what are they called? I do need to boil fish. I don't know. I'm just like going to overcook everything. I need this boiled. So before I get started washing the dishes and doing the kales, I need to put this on a sufuria so that they can be boiled, and also the beef. But I'm going to begin with the beef because I do need to eat the beef. So like I said, I did buy this. I'll be using this. So let it just stay there for a while. I hope I do have some oil, cooking oil, because I'm almost running out. I think I'll just buy something big for my cooking as my cooking oil. Then I'll be taking some and putting it over there. So I think I should wash this and use it to make the fish. So let's just like get started with the fish. I don't know, something is wrong with this stand, so bear with me. I need to be really, really careful with that. I do have some dirty dishes that I need actually to just like wash them, and I'll be washing this in a few, so just don't mind them over there. Let me first put my fish on the on heat. Ew. It smells a little bit weird, but it's okay. Let me run some water. So, ew. I haven't actually finished arranging the house, but I'll be doing that before I actually go to bed. I hope I'll manage. I'll never do this again. Woo! Okay. Huh. So that is done. So let's go to the kales. Are they kales? And I also have some beef over here. So I'll be as well cooking that. But first, let's just deal with the kales. this. Like that. I'm having this little bin over here where I'll just be throwing in these things. These, what are they called? Sticks. So I don't know if you have already oh my god. I don't know if you have already watched my last video where I was actually doing a hair. It was a hair video, getting my hair braided at the salon. It has got a lot of juice. I did complain a lot about that lady because what the hell? This is too yellow. What the hell? I don't understand why the people who do our hair I feel like they're not so mean, but how they do act tends to make me feel like they're mean, because why would somebody just be hurting you and making you feel uncomfortable, and yet they're okay with that? So I don't know what your opinion is about that, but honestly speaking, I'm thinking about shaving, or that episode made me think about shaving. Why can you just sit well? That episode made me think a lot about shaving, because who loves pain? I do hate pain. I hate pain a lot. I can't endure pain. I just can't. Especially voluntary. No way. No way. No fucking way. I can't endure pain. So there's that bit. I did complain a lot about that lady. Although she did try. And I also feel like it was a little bit too expensive. Now, that's the problem that comes when you get used to making your own hair. You'll start feeling like anybody who is charging you, no matter the cost they're charging, it's too expensive. And that's what I'm currently feeling. Just getting my hair braided at any cost, as cheap as at times it can be. I feel like it's too much. I feel like we are being overcharged. So there's that bit. And honestly, I know she did her pricing was okay. So, but I still feel like, why do I need to be charged to make my own hair? God-given hair. My hair should just be left alone. Anyway, there's that bit of information out there. So what do you think about getting your hair braided at the salon? How do you feel about it? Are you a salonist or people who do braid your hair gentle? Do you have somebody specific? Such kind of details. Just mention or leave in the comment section so that we can learn from each other. Because at times people say, you should speak to your salonist. I don't know, you should recommend. How am I supposed to recommend when I can't even speak for myself? I can't speak up. These leafy things, this part of this, what are they called? Vegetables that were under the water, they're not so healthy anymore. So I'm just trying to get the little better parts remaining so that I can make them for supper. I do have other things that I'm also making, like I've mentioned. So there's that bit. So lately I have actually been doing a lot of lives, or trying to because I feel like that's the ingredient that my channel is missing to actually get to that. What do you call? Not subscriber count. To hit the watch hours. So there's that bit. But I'm really trying. I have been consistent, not consistent, but frequently uploading. So I hope you guys have been watching those videos. Huh? Because you are the only hope that I do have in actually attaining the watch hours and the goals. So there's that bit. I think you should also just like recommend or leave comments on what you'd like to see, because that's how we build the channel up, or that's how we build the audience YouTuber relationship. So there's that bit. So I feel like this should just go into garbage. Ew. Ew. No. Whew. Let me fix some water and just. So, do you wash your veggies like before cutting them? Or do you cut them then wash them? I don't find such a big difference, but I know that people who actually like love one than the other. So, I do wash them. Okay, this will do. I kept a lot of water. I do love washing my kales like before cutting them. So let me just try and do this first. I think the soup looks delicious. So how do you think, like, how do you feel about my hairstyle, like how it was done? The pattern was not so clear, but it's okay with me. Somebody told me my ears are out. That's a mean person. How do you tell somebody their ears are out? How? Now I needed a place to put the fish after I have cooked them. Where can that be? I think the dish is over here. So I should put them down, like remove them. Now I need to put the this is actually the beef. It is goat beef. Is it goat beef? I don't know what meat of a goat is called, but it is goatee. I just need to wash it because I don't want to. So let me just take this out and then put the oh my god. I take one look at you, you're taking me out of the ordinary. I'm gonna drink that right now. Let me just rinse it. Now I'm gonna put this in. So let this just cool down. So I have already boiled the fish and I'm just going to air dry them so that they wait for me to fry them tomorrow. I wish I had a fridge. So let me just deal with this. I don't know where my smaller knife is. I take one look at you, you're taking me out. Thank you so much for stopping by. How are you doing today? Whoever is watching me from my kitchen, thank you so much for stopping by. Please leave a comment in the comment section because I'll be doing shout outs. I do love shout outs. I don't know why. So I'll be doing shout outs. So make sure you do leave a nice comment in the comment section. Make sure you do leave a nice comment in the comment section, and make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. So all that beautiful things all together. This knife is a little bit too old. I think I should throw it away or something. But I'm still using it. So I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Hello to you too, Mirella. Hello to you too. How are you doing today? What have you been up to? Where are you watching me from? Hello. Where are you watching me from? Hello. So I'm done with the veggies. I think this is just enough for me. Yeah, this is enough for me. I need to boil them before frying them. So Mirella says she's watching from Kenya. Hello to you too, Mirella. Thanks for stopping by. In our kitchen today we are making several things. So bear with me. I need some salt. What? This is the only salt I'm remaining with. I think I do have some salt somewhere. Just need to find it. But first, let's drink this soup. Too yummy. Shout out to you, Mirella. So I've just realized I can actually use only one onion. So let me just do this for later use. Welcome so much. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you do feel welcome. So, any interesting topics that you like to discuss, leave them in the comment section. So, a few days ago, while in my previous house, now let me just tell you the whole story of what happened. So, in my previous house, before I moved, so this is actually my new house. I have been here for I think almost a week now. And so far, I'm loving it because I get to do a lot, including the lives. So there's that bit. So if you don't know, I used to actually live in a smaller place than this. This is actually a little bit bigger because this is a bed sitter. So I moved from a smaller bed sitter. The other one was also a bed sitter, but it was quite small. And now the bad thing, it was next to the landlord's house. So who am I? Or who is she? Or is she me? So the landlord was a good lady. She was actually old. I would say can I use one tomato for the both? No, let me just use two. I would say she was old, almost the age of my mom, because her daughter was almost my age. So she's probably a little bit older or a little bit younger than my mom. Now, the good thing of staying with her is the discipline that comes with it, which people my age don't really value and care about it. The bad thing that comes with her was also the what? The strictness that comes with her. So I did not like it at all. I felt like I was being imprisoned or something because I could not have fun. I could not do any other thing. So a few days before I actually did move, I thought, in fact, a few months, I was planning on moving later this year. So a few months before I moved out, I decided to install Wi-Fi. And I think that just destroyed the relationship that I did have with her. She was like, no, you know what? Wi-Fi is expensive. Wi-Fi is gonna use a lot of, what do you call it? It's gonna use a lot of electricity. And I was like, why haven't I not heard other people saying so? What is it with her and the electricity? I went online and actually decided to Google. So I did Google and checked how much electricity does Wi-Fi use. Now, to my shocking, if you're in Kenya, I think Wi-Fi doesn't use a lot of Wi-Fi doesn't use a lot of electricity. It is among electronics that don't use a lot of electricity, like the router. Now, her excuse was that my router is gonna be on 24/7, and the first thing that crossed my mind, even before I went to check on Google, the first thing that crossed my mind was, I'm never in the house every day. I'm always I spent only, I think, 15 days in the house. The rest of the days I do spend them in the office. And I do use the office Wi-Fi. So why is she telling me I'm going to be spending lots and lots of her electricity? Now, the second thing that crossed my mind is I do pay for the electricity. It's not like she has been giving it to me freely. And the only problem The only problem that I'm having with her at the moment is she wants me to increase my electricity bill. Why? Why am I going to increase my electricity bill? Just because I did install the Wi-Fi. Now, the third thing is the rate or the amount she was telling me to actually increase the electricity bill. That's now where I just said enough is enough, because how am I supposed to increase my electricity bill by 300? Like 300 is my whole lighting for the month plus extra days after the month. So I said no. I said I'm not going to do that. And now there is where the problem began. So when I told her I won't be doing that, she started looking at me as though I'm interfering with her plans, I'm interfering with her, I'm disobeying her, I'm being so rude, and so on and so on. And now, despite the fact that she felt I was in the wrong place, I also thought to myself, like when I felt like she's doing what? She's not She's not allowing me to move around freely. When I thought about that, I don't know if she also felt the fact that she can't do her granny duties or granny stuff when I'm around. So there was that bit. And the argument didn't go so well because we were one way or another depending on each other. So her saying that it's all my fault to bring up an argument to end up moving, that was just like it was gonna happen either now or later, and later would just have been something else. So I think I did prefer it happening a little bit earlier, because like waiting for later was such a long time for me, and I wanted to just know early enough that she doesn't want me around, which she later ended up confessing. So at the beginning of this month, she later knocked at my door, and I was like, yes. And she was like, you know what? I think not at the beginning, last month, she said, don't end up paying your rent. And I was like, why? She said, you're gonna sit on your deposit so that come next month you get to move. She wants to repair the house. Now, how did I know I was being kicked out? One, it had only been 2 months. 2 months since we had an argument about the Wi-Fi. So I felt I was being kicked out. And two, she said she wanted to repair the house and install some tiles. Now, the first thing is those houses have been built in such a way that they have like the unique old terrazzo that has been done on the floor. And another thing, they are on the government's land. So one way or another, they're gonna be demolished so that the new buildings, what are they called? Nyumba something, to be built on those grounds.